Explorers in years gone by traveled miles to discover exciting new foods. Today, the Olive Garden's new Italian Discovery menu lets you explore delicious new tastes. Sirloin in a wine vegetable sauce, beef classico, cheese and olive-filled pasta, ravioli olivata, a zesty sauce with tender chicken breasts, chicken San Remo, or enjoy all three in our Discovery combination platter at the Olive Garden during our Italian Discovery celebration.
Hey, move a little closer to your television. At our walrus show, you need a towel.
Reach for the stars. But for the first time, touch them.
Let True Value Hardware Stores introduce you to some of our nation's hardest working homeowners. You could say their favorite style is country, and is budget never out of reach. Planning crafty new ideas and scouting out the right materials, they settle far from the nearest neighbor, in search of a room with a view. True Value Hardware Stores and home centers take pride in the homes of our country's first do-it-yourselfers. Join us by taking pride in our national parks.
This is the phone they all called their own.
We need the phone.
In the house that Jack built. This is the one with work to get done, who needed the phone they all called their own.
We need the phone.
In the house that Jack built. This is the daughter who waited to call because of the son who was already on, in spite of the one with work to get done, who needed the phone they all called their own.
We need the phone.
In the house that Jack built. Get a second phone line for your busy family. To order or for a free brochure, call 1-800-234-BELL. Southwestern Bell Telephone, the one to call on.
Back at the Hearn Center, let's go to Chris Trevino.
Okay, thanks very much. The wave is making its way around the Hearn Center now. Raytown South wanting to wave goodbye to Riverview Gardens. We made a lot at the top of the broadcast about Riverview Gardens and their big guy, Leon Clay, but it's been the balanced attack up front. Hickman, Hill, and Duncan of Raytown South scoring 39 of the 51 points. And, of course, the size and the defense. The Cardinals, Bud Latham said it might be his best defensive team ever. We've limited the high-scoring Rams to 31 points. Not many would have believed that coming into this game.
44 of the 51 points scored by the Cardinals have come inside the paint, Dave.
And only 22 for the Rams. 23 out of 40 shooting for Raytown South. The reason they're doing a good job is they're getting a lot of easy buckets.
Well, there's a three-pointer by Eric Simmons. As we come back to start the fourth quarter, 51-34. That's Simmons, far side. And he was fouled, so an opportunity for a big four-point play for Riverview Gardens. And he hits it.
Simmons had a good tournament. What was he? Had 26 points yesterday in the semifinals
against Parkway Central. Right. Riverview Gardens gets it back. Kenrick Wade in the corner. Herman Clay back to Wade. Leon Clay on the blocks.
Well, you've got to believe that in the huddle before the final period, Coach Dutton said, hey, guys, let's let it all hang out here. The final 8 minutes, hold nothing back. Let's give them everything that we can. Did we get an offensive foul there?
Offensive foul. And Riverview Gardens will get another opportunity.
Well, Bud Lathrop may not want to wait for the TV timeout. He may want to go ahead and shut it down as DeWatt Hill is called. And indeed, that's what happened.
51-37. This is the Missouri State High School Basketball Network.
You're not a kid anymore. You must be kidding me. You look 10 years younger than you're supposed to be. You got great muscle tone, bright shining eyes.
Drinking milk every day.
Well, that's no surprise, 'cause milk tastes delicious.
You're not a kid anymore.
And I'll tell you what's more.
You're not a kid anymore. Milk's good for you.
You're not a kid anymore.
Milk, 'cause you're not a kid anymore.
An important message from Shop and Save, your everyday low-price leader.
I think that Shop and Save has just stayed consistently low in their pricing.
Shop and Save wrote the book on everyday low prices.
Shop and Save definitely has the lowest prices in town.
We like the Shop and Save prices.
I don't know how Shop and Save gets the lowest prices in town, but however they do, I hope Shop and Save continues doing it.
Shop and Save, your everyday low price leader.
Guaranteed.
I'll take the special.
I'll take the special.
I'll take the special.
And you should, too. The monthly specials at True Value hardware stores, like Tough Flare AstroTurf doormats for just $5.99 each. They have a slip-resistant backing and are easy to clean, too. In March, they're just $5.99 each while supplies last. They're just one of the terrific specials at True Value, the neighborhood hardware stores with national buying power.
I'll take the special.
When we ended the third quarter, it was 51-31 Raytown South. But Riverview Gardens, in 30 seconds, has scored 6 points. It's now 51-37, and they've got the basketball.
A lot of pride with a basketball team that's gone 29-1 and number 1 in the state. It's certainly, they're going to fight till the, even if it is a bitter end, they'll fight till the end.
Simmons for three. Check that. That was Herman Clay. It is now an 11-point lead.
Don't touch that dial, folks. We got a ball game here. 51-40.
7 minutes still to go.
I think offensively, though, Raytown South is still going to want to wait for a good shot, not take anything silly. If they get something close like that, they're going to try to take it.
And the foul called on Eric Simmons.
Early in the year, Raytown South ran a double low post. Now they have a single post with basically one guy inside. DeJuan Hill, one of the forwards, now more out on a wing than a post position. But what that's done is kept the defenses from cheating on the backside. They felt like when they got things worked out offensively, they really got into the rhythm. They fit their personnel a little bit better. And Hill misses the first one.
Eric Bowie at the line. He missed the first shot. Checking into the game is Vince Lee. Derek Durham will check out.
Well, that move is all about height. You look at Lee, he had about 4 or 5 more inches in the lineup when you bring out a 5'10 guy and you put in somebody 6'2", 6'3".
12-point lead, Riverview Gardens back in a hurry. Simmons, McClellan to Clay for three. Good!
It's a 9-point game, Mike.
Is it 2 in a row? Duncan rolls off, no good. Leon Clay with the rebound, and he's fouled.
That's foul number 3 on David Hickman. It's not what he wanted. He went up thinking only to get part of the ball as we check the three-pointer at the other end. And that's a long ranger. That's a 21-footer. And it's cut what was an 18-point deficit now to only 9. At the other end, you see Duncan inside. Squared up, but was just offline. And the foul over the top. Hickman thought he had ball, but he got called for a little bit of contact with the body.
Kenrick Wade for 3. Bounces off, no good. And over the top. Foul on the Cardinals. And that foul on DeJuan Hill. Well, I don't know what Coach Todd Dutton said during the timeout.
I hope he recorded it.
Well, he ought to have it for the future because it's a 9-point game. And Riverview Gardens is going to the line. Actually, they'll inbound the ball.
We'll look at the foul one more time over the top, and clearly there was hand. DeJuan Hill got a hand.
We're in the replay, but Eric Simmons at a three-pointer from the corner. It's a 6-point lead. It was 20 at the end of the third quarter. There's still 6:06 to play. And this time, the foul called on DeMond McClellan.
Mike, what may be more distressing statistically is the fact that Raytown South, in nearly 2 minutes, has scored 1 point in the fourth period. They had 51. Now they're at 52 is all.
It's a 16-1 run by the Riverview Gardens Rams. 52-46. The Cardinals have controlled this entire game until the fourth quarter. Vince Lee. Raytown South in the dark jerseys. And they've got the basketball in the 6-point lead. 5:45 for the game. Dutton is off the bench, instructing his defensive team what to do.
I think what happens sometimes is when you try to be too cautious on taking a good shot, you lose your aggressiveness. Perhaps that's happened to Raytown South a little bit here at the end of the third and at the beginning of the fourth.
Well, twice Riverview Gardens almost picked that ball off. And we've got a substitution. Bud Lathrop wants someone who can handle the ball, and Derek Durham, the 5'10 guard, is back into the game. Eric Bowie takes the seat. 5.5 minutes to go. This is the Missouri Class 4A Boys Basketball Championship. It's a 6-point Cardinal lead. David Hickman in the paint over Leon Clay. No good. Clay with the rebound. And the foul called on Vince Lee.
That was a dangerous shot. Hickman was open from 12, 13 feet, but there were no black jerseys underneath to help. Watch him. He squares up from 12 feet. That's fine, but you see 2 white jerseys underneath. And finally, the player that comes in to help on the offensive rebound for Raytown South is guilty of the foul, and that's Vince Lee. And that sends Leon Clay to the line with the difference. Only 6 now. 5.5 minutes to play, Mike. This is not over.
Back into the game, Eric Bowie. David Hickman will come out. Leon Clay, the leading scorer for the Riverview Gardens Rams. Second on the team in scoring overall. First in rebounding. Not a very good free throw shooter. 53%. Boy, did he eye that one.
Good thing he's hard of hearing. He didn't hear you. He went ahead and knocked it down anyway.
Well, maybe that's why Bud Lathrop was not smiling when he went to the locker room. He knew this thing was not over.
He's been around enough times to win over 600 games. He knows you can never let up.
Clay misses the second one. Big rebound by Phil Duncan. It's a 5-point lead for the Cardinals. Durham will bring it up. Duncan has it picked off. Eric Simmons for 2.
Raytown South is getting careless, Mike. They're not handling the pressure very well. And Vince Lee wants a timeout. He can't get it out.
With the score, 52-49. Riverview Gardens with a tremendous comeback. We'll be back. This is the Missouri 4A Basketball Championship.
Good morning, I'm Jennifer Bloom.
And I'm Art Holliday. This is Today in St. Louis. 1 of 3 Americans suffers from some type of sleep disorder.
On this day, so get up, St. Louis.
Traffic moving well the last minute.
Only News Channel 5 has made the commitment to get you going every weekday morning with a full 90 minutes of news. News Channel 5, where the news comes first.
When you eat at Old Country Buffet, you can choose whatever you like from our buffet tables heaped with delicious meats, side dishes, salads, and desserts, all for one low price. Of course, some people think the best thing about Old Country Buffet is that it's perfectly all right to go back for seconds. Old Country Buffet. The only thing better than our food is what you pay for it.
Watch out, Japan. Here comes Achieva. It earned the cover of Car and Driver, and Motor Trend called it an honestly American sport coupe with outstanding styling. So much thought, so much fun, so little money. Just $199 a month lease with no money down. The Achieva matches Honda and Toyota every way but one. The amount of money you pay. Get monthly payments of $199 at your bi-state Olds dealer today.
Afternoon highs in the 50s under partly cloudy skies. This is News Channel 5.
The second half game recap is sponsored by True Value. Got a tough job to do? You can do it with True Value hardware stores.
Mike, look at the numbers. As you can see, the teams have gotten a little bit closer together. Raytown South cooling off the Rams up to 33%. Points in the paint, a significant difference there, 2-1. Timeouts, that's going to be a key factor. The Cardinals with only 1. Riverview Gardens with 2, with 4:59 to play in a 3-point ball game.
Cardinals try to inbound. Full court pressure. And he was on the line. A lot of emotion, both in the stands and on that Riverview Gardens bench. And a look at Bud Lathrop. He's looked the same the whole game. Even when he had the lead, he looked like that.
Raytown South won the first 3 quarters essentially, but so far in the fourth hasn't even been close the other way.
Play with the air ball, and Riverview Gardens will keep it. Looked like it went off the hand of DeJuan Hill.
Talked about momentum, talked about confidence, talked about a change now. 20-point difference at the quarter, now just 3. Now just a 3-point bucket.
Make it a 1-point game. Eric Simmons right off the inbound pass. 52-51. Hardware up in a hurry.
This is where that full court pressure can become even more of a factor. Raytown South ill-advisedly with a bad shot that time.
And Riverview Gardens can take the lead. They trailed by 20 points at the end of the third quarter. 4:20 to go in the game. Kenrick Wade for 2.
22-1 the run as the Rams have moved ahead here with just over 4 minutes to play in the game, Mike.
Some tremendous defense on the part of the Riverview Gardens Rams. Picked off. Herman Clay. Good. And the Cardinals throw it away.
And they can't afford to take a timeout with only 1 left, or can they? At the 3:41 mark, Raytown South has only scored 1 point in 4 minutes and 19 seconds. And they have come unraveled.
Bud Lathrop has been here so many times before. Raytown South making their 8th Final Four appearance, looking for their 5th state title. They appeared to have it locked up, but Todd Dutton's crew, down by 20 points at the end of the third quarter, now with a 3-point lead, 3.5 minutes to go in the game. And there's a timeout on the floor. A timeout on the floor. Riverview Gardens calls a timeout as they were bringing the ball up. 55-52. The Rams have come back in what has to be one of the most tremendous comebacks in Missouri championship history.
Mike, what jumps out for me is the fact that Dutton obviously told his guys, we've gotten here so far doing X number of things. Let's keep doing them, but let's do a better job doing them. Let's do the man-to-man defense. Let's listen in, see if we can hear what he's telling his Rams. Well, you want to guess? Can you read lips?
Keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep it up. No matter what else you do, keep it up.
Keep it up. Well, they haven't made many mistakes here in the fourth quarter. The Riverview Garden Rams came into this game with a record of 29-1. Raytown South, a record of 26-4. Mike Bush and Dave Stewart here at the Hearn Center in Columbia, Missouri. This is the Missouri 4A Boys Basketball Championship. In a tremendous comeback, Riverview Gardens now leads Raytown South by 3, and they've got the basketball. 3:35 to go in the game. And this is DeMond McClellan. Takes it right to the lane. Nobody wanted it for the Cardinals, and so Kenrick Wade just pushed it back out front.
Raytown South started the game in a man-to-man defense, went to the zone for a good bulk. Now they're back to man-to-man pressure down the stretch here.
There is no shot clock in high school basketball, so they can hold the ball as long as they like. And they've gone to the spread offense. One thing about Riverview Gardens is the foul is called on Eric Bowie. They've got a bunch of good ball handlers. They're not very big except for Leon Clay. Raytown South exploited their height advantage for the first 3 quarters. And now the advantage is for Riverview Gardens because when they want to spread it out, they handle the ball very well.
Well, they don't lose much offense when Bowie goes out, but they lose height. That was his 4th foul, and he has but 1 point. But his substitute is going to be smaller if they bring him out of the ball game. I guess his butt is going to keep him in through the duration.
Eric Simmons. Now 2 for 2 from the line, 63% free throw shooter, and that tells the story for Raytown South. That picture tells the story. Those guys were laughing just a few minutes ago. Simmons hit them both. It is a 5-point lead for the Riverview Gardens Rams.
And offensively, Phil Duncan has virtually disappeared. We talked about him having 15 points in the first half, 7 of 8 shooting. He's been stuck on 17 for a long, long time.
Durham will bring it up for the Cardinals. This is Duncan. He'll bring it across the timeline. Clay nearly intercepted it. And finally, a basket for the Cardinals. Eric Bowie off the glass. And the Gardens lead is back to 3.
That's their first bucket of this final quarter, Mike. They had a free throw earlier with 3 points in over 5 minutes of play.
Riverview Gardens running it out again. McClellan being guarded by Durham. Durham tried to reach around. Clay brings it back out to Simmons. To Kenrick Wade. Back to Simmons and Clay. They're doing a good job of ball control. 3-point lead and the foul on Durham. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Second-year coach Todd Dutton.
Durham not in foul trouble. That's only his second. But again, it's a bonus situation as the Rams have the chance with the clock standing still, which can almost work to the advantage of Raytown South. They have a chance to add to a 3-point lead with 2:11 here to go. And the Rams fans, pretty quiet not long ago. They are rocking and rolling down in the corner.
At the line, Eric Simmons. 3 for 3 today. Make it 4 out of 4. He is the lone senior for the Riverview Gardens starting team. A lot of leadership. 63% free throw shooter. That's not that impressive, but 5 for 5 today. And that is impressive. Under a lot of pressure, another 5-point lead. And the Rams will pick it off. Simmons. And he is fouled by Durham again. And look at the Rams bench. They were up and jumping around, and Todd Dutton had to say, sit down, guys. This ain't over yet. Look at the emotion from this second-year coach, Todd Dutton.
He may not sleep for 2 days. He may not be able to. He may not speak for 2 days. He may not wake up for 2 days.
What a job he's done. What a job he's done. Second year in Riverview Gardens. And Simmons finally misses a free throw. It's only a 5-point lead. Cardinals with plenty of time. And now we got a foul called on number 24, Kenrick Wade. David Hickman is going to check in for Raytown South. The Cardinals are going to try to go back to doing what got them a 20-point lead at the end of the third quarter. And that's go inside. At one point today, 44 of their 51 points were scored from inside the paint. Bowie. Big bucket for the Cardinals. And the lead is 3.
And Phil Duncan is out of the game. At the moment, he is out of the game, the leading scorer with the team down by 3. Maybe he was just exhausted.
Pushed off by Durham. McClellan was actually in trouble. No one was coming back to help him, but Durham was called for the foul.
And that's number 4. We talked just over a minute ago the fact that he picked up his second foul, no problem. But Derek Durham now has 4 with the minute 38 to play, and he's the point guard. He's the guy that makes it happen.
6'1" junior. Damon McClellan goes to the line. McClellan averaging close to 11 points a game, has 4 points so far today. Did not get the roll. Leon Clay! Big bucket there. Cardinals back the other way. Durham had the ball knocked away. Cardinals will keep it. 61-56.
Bill Duncan is eyeing the scoreboard, sitting right next to Coach Lathrop. You wonder if he's going to see any more action the rest of the game, if he's just too tuckered out.
Durham for three. And it's a two-point game.
Did we say don't touch your dial? Don't do it.
59. McClellan in trouble. Traveling. And now the momentum may be swinging back to the Cardinals. They can tie it up or take the lead with a three-pointer. Durham's their big three-point guy. Look for number 12 in the dark uniform. Hickman in the corner, being guarded by Leon Clay. McClellan picks it off. Good defense by the Rams, and they'll slow things down. We're under a minute to go. A two-point lead for the Rams. Herman Clay, and he's fouled. Foul called on Eric Bowie.
Boy, that was no more than a hand check, but they've really called it tight down the stretch in the last couple minutes. That's the one thing coaches ask for, be consistent, and they pretty much have done that. And if a hand check is going to be a foul a minute ago, it's going to be a foul now.
And now Bowie has a seat. There's a look at Phil Duncan. Back into the game for the Cardinals. He was the force the first 3 quarters of the game. He's been invisible here in the 4th quarter.
Watch the foul, Mike. It's just really a hand on the numeral. For the officials, that was enough.
Herman Clay gets the bounce. $13 points now for number 13, Herman Clay. That's his average. Good. 4-point Rams lead. Full court pressure again. Picked up. Eric Simmons. 53 seconds to go. The Rams with a 4-point lead in the basketball. And they're just slowing things down. McClellan. Fouled by Vince Lee. They'll go to the line.
Greytown Southside at this time has to start hoping for missed free throws. 43 seconds to play, down by 4. That's not a lot. But you've got to get the clock moving and have a chance to go down to the offensive end, make something happen.
Bud Lathrop, he's seen a lot of basketball in 31 years at Raytown South, 34 years overall as a head coach, 678 high school basketball victories. I'm not sure he's seen anything like this before.
I'm not sure he'll want to see anything like this again if they blow a 20-point lead in the 4th quarter.
Damon McClellan hits the first free throw. 64-59. The Rams with the lead. 43 seconds to go. Missed the second one. Raytown South has got to hurry. Durham, he's their big three-point guy. Clay trying to stay on him. That won't go. Leon Clay just standing there. The ball back his way. Kenrick Wade. Good. The Rams trying to wrap this up. Under 20 seconds to go. Durham for 3. No good. Over the top. Vince Lee on the foul. Wade will go to the line, and look at the emotion on the part of Todd Dutton.
Mike, at some point you have to wonder if Ray South finally just ran out of gas. They had 3 unbelievable quarters. They were up by 20. They played 6, 7 guys. The Rams rotated in, brought in fresh bodies all the time. You wonder if that had something to do with this total collapse here in the 4th period.
Well, I'll tell you what had something to do with it. The fact that Riverview Gardens didn't quit. They refused to quit despite being down by 20 points at the end of the 3rd quarter. Todd Dutton has done a tremendous job with this Rams ball club. Just his 2nd year as head coach. He's only 29 years old. And Kenrick Wade trying to put it away. A very happy Todd Dutton. Just 29 years old, as I mentioned. Bud Lathrop has been at Raytown South 2 years longer than Todd Dutton has been alive. Out of bounds to Raytown South. It is a 9-point lead.
And just 2 years ago, Todd Dutton was a sophomore coach. Not even at the high school level.
16-10 last year. This year they'll be 30-1. Three-pointer is good. 6-point lead. Time running down. And that's it. The Riverview Garden Rams are the 4A state champs. This is the Missouri State High School Basketball Network.
Let's play it.